Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
Gas and electricity companies are to be forced by the energy regulator to introduce measures to reduce household bills. Ofgem says it includes a cap on prepayment meters that'll save many customers around £75 a year. They're also asking for clearer information on bills, a wider range of tariffs and moves to encourage more people to switch suppliers. Our correspondent Simon Gompertz reports.
2/3 of us are paying too much for gas and electricity, and the worst affected are 4 million people like Jay Winter with a prepayment meter, meters with less choice of tariffs and higher rates.
Ever since I've been on a prepayment meter, costs have soared on gas and electric quite dramatically. I'd say a month I'm topping it up £200 to £250 a month, whereas opposed to a direct debit scheme you'd be paying about £100 to £150.
To spur competition, limits on the number of tariffs will be lifted. There'll be a cap on prepayment prices, saving customers £75 a year. Then 10 million people will be put on a database to be sent mail shots from suppliers, pushing them to switch.
What we've got to do as an industry is really help people engage in it, and I think that's beholden on an energy supplier, on an internet switching side, and actually on the regulator. All of us need to work together.
But there's worry about being on a database. Plus, many can't be bothered to switch, even for a possible £300 saving.
Too lazy to get on the internet and get it changed, so.
I can't be bothered to go through all the hassle.
I don't want people getting my information. Then if they can get hold of it, who else can? It's a bit scary.
There's hundreds of pounds to be shaved off families' heating and energy bills. That's the expectation that Ofgem has now raised, so there'll be huge pressure to deliver, or they'll face calls for wider controls to put the lid on prices.
The part of this we'll be watching really closely are these measures to try and get more people switching to cheaper deals. And it's not clear whether those will work or not, but it's certainly worth a try. The question that will come back in a few years' time if they don't work is whether there should be a broader price cap to protect more people in the market, essentially.
Success could depend on these smart meters to help save energy and open the way to special deals and faster switching. But it'll be several years before we all have them. Simon Gompertz, BBC News.
The energy watchdog is to force the energy firms to share data to help millions of customers find cheaper deals. It would also impose a cap on the amount firms charge people using prepaid meters, which could save up to 4 million households around £75 a year. But as Simeon Brown has been finding out, many of them among the poorest in society are already facing difficult choices between fuel or food.
Food banks are the face of poverty that we all know. But not only are they feeding those in the lowest incomes, they're now helping them to pay their energy bills too. In the past, those walking in here had to choose between food or fuel.
It will come through as cash out, it will not say food bank.
But this friendly face is helping with both, for those on a prepaid meter.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
If you're paying for your fuel via meter and your money runs out, that's it. The service is cut. You go on to emergency, and if you've used the emergency credit, then you have to stay in a cold home without gas or electric until you're able to top up your meters. So yes, they are the more vulnerable in society.
It is expensive being poor. Millions of the most vulnerable consumers on a prepaid meter are estimated to pay over £200 a year more on energy. Today, the regulator Ofgem announced they were intervening. 2/3 of UK households are on the standard variable tariffs. 4 million people are on prepayment meters. The regulator says that from April 2017, prepayment customers will see the price they pay capped. It could help them save £75 a year, but that's only £6.25 a month, or £1.44 a week.
We are definitely going to protect 4 million PPM customers directly. We are going to empower all other customers, as happens in every other market in the economy. In broadband, whenever you go out and buy something in the shops, people are making choices. We will protect them by empowering them, by making it easy to choose.
But what does this really mean for those who know what this is? A prepaid meter.
Often if you're forced onto a prepayment meter because you've missed bills, because you owe a debt, you're very poor, you're on benefits, you're having to work 0 hours contracts where your income varies, and being able to budget like to the minute is actually really difficult.
It's stories like this Michelle is used to hearing.
Families come in during the school term and they would just stay with us for the entire session because they didn't want to go home and put the heating on. You know, they wanted it to save the little that they had for their children.
But even with Ofgem's £75 cap, families on prepaid meters are still estimated to pay around £150 more than those on direct debit. And many will still face a choice: to eat or heat.
I've been getting